Good afternoon. Today we are announcing new requirements for higher education in response to the increasing COVID pandemic on campus. We have certainly learned some lessons regarding the return to campus instruction and offsite instruction, and we've seen a significant increase in the COVID infections around congregate living quarters and social gatherings, particularly around our fraternities and sororities. We still believe that education can go forward safely, but that is only if we have some additional safety measures to protect not only students, but the larger community and their families from this pandemic. We have made it clear to the Greek organizations that this is a serious issue, not just for themselves, but for the wider community. And we do have a fair expectation that students will step up to the plate and take some responsibility for this. We simply have to address this issue. It is too raging. And so we're taking these steps today to increase the safety at these sites. We need to make sure that all of our bright, young, promising students do their part to keep themselves healthy and everyone else around them. I'm joined today by Department of Health Deputy Secretary Lacey Fehrenbach, as well as Washington Student Achievement Council Executive Director Mike Miotti, to answer questions a little bit later. So we know we have seen a real surge in the pandemic around our colleges and universities. To date, we have seen fully 35 outbreaks at colleges and universities, with more than 800 cases directly attributable to these congregate living and social gatherings associated with campuses. So this proclamation will do the following. It will require masks at all times in living areas on campus, except when outside or in sleeping areas. Congregate sleeping porches will no longer be allowed, and no more than 2 residents are allowed to share the same sleeping area. Visitations need to be limited to 5 people from outside the same household, and common areas can have no more than 5 people in them at any given time. So, in other words, we can only watch the Apple Cup on these sites with 5 of your closest friends. And when we do that, and this is really maybe the most important thing here, when we do watch the Apple Cup, we just need to socially distance. We need to wear masks, even with our good friends, because those are the settings that transmissions are occurring. And this is a fatal disease now for over 2,000 people. So in order to provide some protection, we're also requiring that colleges provide isolation and quarantine facilities to fraternity, sorority, and other group houses. And students who live in shared housing in close proximity to campus, and students living in dorms and personnel if they don't have a place to go. Students could be charged for the costs associated with that on a sliding scale. Now, institutions of higher education that don't have residential facilities, we still need them to develop a plan to provide for the isolation and quarantine needs of their students who are unable to isolate or quarantine in their usual residence. So they need to work with their local health authorities on a plan for that. Consistent with this, it's common sense that we need to make sure that meals on campus need to follow current guidance, which is meaning you have grab and go, or you set single tables to avoid infection while dining. We just got to get these outbreaks under control. And I want to reiterate, we care about the students. They have incredible futures in the state of Washington. But we care about their family members, their fathers and their mothers, their neighbors, their fellow churchgoers. And we just need to act here.